Hi everybody, in this video we are going to see how you can automate Java Swing application using Testmate. And first of all you need to go to the testmate.com. I'll share this link in the description and go to downloads, and I hope you have already downloaded Testmate. If you haven't, you can do it from here. So what you need to do is download Java Swing Explorer, which is Access Bridge Explorer. It's a tool from Google available on GitHub repository of Google. This is a direct link. You can do it from here as well. So there you have it in your downloads. So I will extract it here. So this is what you need to open. So since we don't have, I'll close this file, I'll close this folder. So since we don't have any Swing application open on our system, so it is not showing us anything here. So as a sample application, let's open Android Studio, since everybody has it, and it's also a considerably good big application. So you can practice on this. So there we have Android Studio open on our system. I will let it load completely. So I'll close it. So as you see, the moment Android Studio is loaded, you have seen this populated here. So you can refresh it to see the latest elements. So another thing you can do is, this is a crossbar. You can drag and drop it onto the element you want to click or you want to interact with. You'll see this highlighted element here. So first of all, let's try to click on this file menu. So what we will do is drag it here and drop it on the file menu here. So I will also open Testmate, where the entire code will be written. So there we have Testmate now. So I'll create a new test case from using this plus icon. So Java is a reserved object for interacting with Java Swing application. So as soon as you press dot here, it shows all the method that can be used on this object. And let's use click here. So since we have to identify this object using its properties, so this is a menu. This is a menu object with name file, but let's start with its parent here. So every object starts from its parent. So the parent is a frame. The role is frame, and the name is my application Android Studio. So this is how we will write it. So all you need is to provide unique properties or a combination of properties which makes that element unique in order to interact with it. And the role is frame here. In this case, the name is my application to Android Studio. So I can enter the full name here, but instead of entering a full name, I can also use regular expression to enter the partial name, like R and then a pipe. This makes it accept regular expressions here. So I will enter dot star, then Android Studio. So this makes it it should accept. So I think this is a correct identification of this whole window. So let's identify file menu inside it. So any object inside it can be identified by this expression is greater than equal to greater than. and then you have to enter the next properties of the next object, which is role equal to menu, and the name is file. So before we start, I must save it somewhere. So I have created a folder on my desktop. Let's save it as a swing test. So it's a JTS file that gets saved on your system. So it's a plain text file, just the extension is JTS. So I hope it should click on this item. Let's try it. And also before we start running, you can check this option, show error pop-ups. So every time when you run and there is a failure on in your script, it can directly show you a message box that can tell you what to fix in your script. Let's run it here. Yeah, so it's working. So now after we click on the file menu, there is a menu item called settings. So how to identify that? Let's see. So you can click on this, it will highlight any. Yeah, so this is as you can see in the Explorer, this is a menu item with the name settings dot dot dot. So I'll just simply remove it here. So on your Testmate, it is now read only. In order to remove this read only, you click on this button or press Ctrl Shift R. So I will add a synchronization for this menu to expand. So this piece of code that I'm writing here will wait for that settings menu item to appear. So the parent remains same here. But let me copy the entire, it will become easier to create this object string here. So the role here is menu item, and the name is, as you can see, is settings dot dot dot. So it should wait for this object to appear on the screen for say 10 seconds. So it will not wait for 10 seconds, it will move as soon as the object appears on the screen. So now let's click on this element after it appears on the screen. So now let's click on this and let's run the entire code and let's see how it works for us. There we go. So it has clicked successfully on this settings and our settings menu is here. Alright, so let's start. Let's do something on this settings dialog. So first of all, let's click on a menu item here, say appearance. So for that, we need to identify this tree element here. So I will have to make it writable again. This is a security feature, so every time you run a script, it goes read only, so that you don't change your code mistakenly. So let's wait for first of all this dialog box. So this is a dialog. The role is dialog and name is setting. So this bsync is a variable. It will contain a value true or false depending upon if the element is available or not. So I'll wait for 10 seconds for this element. So let's click on appearance. For that, we have a method here called, let's see, what do we have? Select tree node. So this, when you mouse over on this, it shows you two methods here. The first one is select tree node with a string node, and then the second one is a string node and there is an index. So in our case, we have a nested tree. So I think the second one would be suitable here. So let's see. First of all, identify the tree, so which is just the role is tree. It does not have any name. That should be fine because all we need is something that makes it unique. So this dialog is a settings dialog is a parent. So inside that we need to find a tree, something with a role called tree. And after that we need to give the sub node here. The node that we want to select is appearance and behavior. So we can also add the role here, but it's fine. I can just simply add the name and it should be good to go. Let's see if it works for us. Appearance and behavior and 0. So 0 is the index here. So since it's already open, let's see if it works for us. So in order to run only this step, what I'll do is click on this, move my mouse on this line anywhere, and then right click here and run from step. So in this case, it will only run from this step onwards. So let's see if it works for us or not. So we should also keep this working. Yeah. So there is an error that comes up, cannot use parentheses when calling a subroutine, which is true. In VBScript we cannot do that. So there are two ways how we can proceed further. Either use call here, that makes it a method, or you can remove these parentheses here. Okay, so I'll just simply add call in front of it. So it should be simple. Let's run it again from this step here. So now it selects from here. So it's working. Okay. So now, so let's do something with these combo box. So I have to identify these combo boxes. So its name is theme here, and theme colon. Okay. Similarly, I will add call here, java dot select from combo box. So the parent remains same as earlier, and let's add the name, which is theme colon. So this accepts another parameter, which is a text or an index. So let's try with index first. So since it's already having the third item selected, let's select the first or second item here. I'll add 0 here. It should select Dracula. Run from step here. I think there is something wrong here. So let's enter the role combo box and the name theme here. Yes, it's working. Okay. So moving on. So we have another dialog boxes here, and let's add some value here. So the name here for this combo box is IDE colon. So I'll add IDE colon here in the object property and select a value grayscale here, and I'll put it here as a text. So I will run it from here. Let's see it works for us or not. Yes, it's working. So that's how you can simply select any value from here, and then there is a cancel button here which we need to click. We should click on OK or cancel depending upon our need. Let me move it towards a little left here. So it's a push button and the name is cancel. So let's try to add another method called virtual click here. So click would also work here. There's a difference between click and virtual click. So in virtual click, it is clicked internally. It is the mouse, you will not see the mouse moving with that. So sometimes you don't need to lose the focus. In that case, you can use virtual click, but make sure you know that that element should actually accept the virtual click. Not all the elements accept it. So let's simply add it an object here. So it's the role goes like a push button. So I can try to run it here. Yes, it's working. So there we have our complete script that opens a settings dialog, performs some action, and then close it. Let's see how it looks like when we run it from the beginning. So that's quite quick here. So it's just 1 second. So you can also see the report here. Yeah. So since we haven't added anything here in the report, you can see the start time is 8:34, 8:36. So other features like how to add validations and how to add screenshots, you can see the testmate.com to know all the things in detail. And this Java reserved object contains various methods that allows you to interact with the Swing application here. So you can see click, virtual click, get selected from combo box, exist, get actions, and you can play around with them. There are various methods around tables, highlight, context click, and all the things that you probably will need. So play around with them and share your feedback with us, and let us know what are your automation challenges so we can help you with that. Thank you so much.